Good morning, class. I am super excited for today's lesson. So I have placed a book on each one of your desks, and it is called Out of My Mind by Sharon Draper. So, can anyone tell me what we have previously discussed in each of our literature classes? Yeah. Good job, Joshua. We have been discussing character development, and we will also be discussing character development today and deepening our understanding of this topic. So, we will start off by reading chapter 1, and the title of this chapter is called Words. I'm surrounded by thousands of words, maybe millions. Cathedral, mayonnaise, pomegranate, Mississippi, Neapolitan, hippopotamus, silky, terrifying, tickle, sneeze, wish, worry. Words have always swirled around me like snowflakes, each one delicate and different, each one melting untouched in my hands. Deep within me, words pile up in huge drifts. Mountains of phrases and sentences and connected ideas, clever expressions, jokes, and love songs. From the time I was really little, maybe just a few months old, words were like sweet liquid gifts, and I drank them like lemonade. I could almost taste them. They made my jumbled thoughts and feelings have substance. My parents have always blanketed me with conversation. They chattered and babbled. They verbalized and vocalized. My father sang to me. My mother whispered her strength into my ear. Every word my parents spoke to me or about me, I absorbed and kept and remembered. All of them. I have no idea how I untangled the complicated process of words and thought, but it happened quickly and naturally. By the time I was 2, all my memories had words, and all my words had meanings, but only in my head. I have never spoken one single word. I am almost 11 years old. That was the end of chapter 1. I have also placed on your desk 3 individual note cards. So, as a class, we will discuss these note cards and answer the questions together. The first note card is based on chapter 1. So, let's see. Anna, can you help me out and figure out what the first note card answer is? So, let's read the question together. In the book, Out of My Mind, at age 11, what has Melody never been able to do with words? Awesome! That shows me that you have been listening. So yes, the main character in Out of My Mind has never spoken a word. And she's 11 years old. So you were correct. The correct answer is speak. Let's begin chapter 2. I can't talk. I can't walk. I can't feed myself or take myself to the bathroom. Big bummer. My arms and hands are pretty stiff, but I can mash the buttons on the TV remote and move my wheelchair with the help of knobs that I can grab on the wheels. I can't hold a spoon or a pencil without dropping it, and my balance is like Zip, Humpty, Dumpty had more control than I do. When people look at me, I guess they see a girl with short, dark, curly hair strapped into a pink wheelchair. By the way, there is nothing cute about a pink wheelchair. Pink doesn't change a thing. They'd see a girl with dark brown eyes that are full of curiosity, but one of them is slightly out of whack. Her head wobbles a little. Sometimes she drools. She's really tiny for a girl who is age 10 3/4. Her legs are very thin, probably because they've never been used. Her body tends to move on its own agenda, with feet sometimes kicking out of unexpectedly and arms occasionally flailing, connecting with whatever is close by. A stack of CDs, a bowl of soup, or a vase of roses. Not a whole lot of control there. After folks got finished making a list of any problems, they might take time to notice that I have a fairly nice smile and deep dimples. I think my dimples are cool. I wear tiny gold earrings. Sometimes people have never asked my name, like it's not important or something. It is. My name is Melody. I can remember way back to when I was really, really young. Of course, it's hard to separate real memories from the videos of me that my dad took on his camcorder. I've watched those things a million of times. Mom bringing me home from the hospital, her face showing smiles, but her eyes squinted with worry. Melody tucked into a tiny baby bathtub. My legs and my arms looked so skinny. I didn't splash or kick. Melody propped with blankets on the living room sofa, a look of contentment on my face. I never cried much when I was a baby. Mom swears it's true. Mom massaging me with lotion after a bath. I can still smell the lavender, then wrapping me in a fluffy towel with a little hood built into one corner. Dad took videos of me getting fed, getting changed, and even me sleeping. As I got older, I guess he was waiting for me to turn over and sit up and walk. I never did. But I did absorb everything. I began to recognize noises and smells and tastes. The whump and whoosh of the furnace coming alive each morning. The tangy odor of heated dust as the house warmed up. The feel of a sneeze in the back of my throat. And music. Songs floated through me and stayed. Lullabies mixed with soft smells of bedtime slept with me. Harmonies made me smile. It's like I've almost always had a painted musical soundtrack playing background to my life. I can almost hear colors and smell images when music is played. Mom loves classical. Big booming Beethoven symphonies blasted from her CD player all day long. Those pieces always seem to be bright blue as I listen, and they smell like fresh paint. Dad is a partial to jazz, and every chance he gets, he winks at me, takes out Mom Mozart dice, and then pops a CD of Miles Davis. Jazz to me sounds like brown and tan, and it smells like wet dirt. Jazz music drives Mom crazy, which is probably why Dad puts it on. Jazz makes me itch, she says with a frown as Dad's music explodes into the kitchen. Dad goes to her, gently scratches her arms and back, and then engulfs her in a hug. She stops frowning, but she changes it back to classical again as soon as Dad leaves the room. For some reason, I've always loved country music. Loud guitar strumming, broken heart music. Country is lemons, not sour, but sugar, sweet, and tangy. Lemon cake icing, cool, fresh lemonade. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Love it. When I was really little, I remember sitting in our kitchen being fed breakfast by Mom, and a song came on the radio that made me screech with joy. So I'm singing. How did I already know the words and rhythms to that song? I have no idea. It must have seeped into my memory somehow. Maybe from a radio or TV program? Anyway, I almost fell out of my chair. I scrunched up my face and jerked and twitched as I tried to point to the radio. I wanted to hear the song again, but Mom just looked at me like I was nuts. But Mom just shook her head and kept on spooning applesauce into my mouth. There's so much my mother doesn't know. I suppose it's a good thing to be unable to forget anything, being able to keep every instant of my life crammed inside of my head. But it's also very frustrating. I can't share any of it, and none of it ever goes away. I remember stupid stuff, like the feel of a lump of oatmeal stuck on the roof of my mouth, or the taste of toothpaste not rinsed off of my teeth. The smell of early morning coffee is a permanent memory mixed up with the smell of bacon and the background yakking of morning news people. Mostly, though, I remember words. Very early, I figured out that there were millions of words in the world. Everyone around me was able to bring them out with no effort. The salespeople on television, the mailman who came to the door, the choir at church, the checkout clerk at the grocery store. Everybody uses words to express themselves, except me. And I bet most people don't even realize the power of words, but I do. Thoughts need words. Words need a voice. I love the smell of my mother's hair after she washes it. I love the feel of the scratchy stubble on my father's face before he shaves, but I've never been able to tell them. So, everyone else grab your second note card and we will answer that as a class together. So, the question is, in the book Out of My Mind, according to Melody, what is special about her memory? Yes, Joshua. Good job. She thinks she has a photographic memory. And this was said in chapter 2. So, what do you think the importance of reading this book is? After reading the first 2 chapters, what do you think the importance of reading this is? Yes, Annabelle? That's correct. So, Melody is telling the audience about her story. She basically has not been able to say a word in her life, and words are very important. That is correct. On a daily basis, if we did not know how to say words, we wouldn't be able to communicate with each other. So that is very important. After we are done reading, we are going to start a little activity that I have planned for us, and this is called the example connection activity. So, we will be writing a paragraph, and this is about a connection that you have with the main character, Melody. You can talk about your strengths, your challenges, and your growth throughout your life and compare it to Melody. So, good job today, class. And I am so excited to read chapter 3 with you tomorrow and chapter 4. Have a great day.